The Great Pyramid of Giza has captivated minds for almost 5,000 years. Commonly, we hear the tale of Pharaoh Khufu, who supposedly erected this immense structure as his tomb. Thousands of workers are said to have built it in merely 20 years, using only primitive tools like copper chisels and ropes. However, upon closer examination, this narrative becomes dubious. In reality, much of what we think we know about these pyramids lacks factual evidence. Instead, this knowledge is largely based on educated speculation. But what if the true account is not just incomplete, but intentionally concealed? Central to this enigma is Dr. Zahi Hawass, Egypt's foremost archaeologist. For decades, Hawass has overseen every excavation and discovery within Egypt's borders. His control raises questions about transparency and motivation. When confronted about his theories, he defends his position fiercely. Independent researchers often find themselves stifled, especially when their findings challenge established narratives. The significant amount of misinformation regarding pyramids compels us to question why Hawass resists alternative explorations. Is he safeguarding heritage or concealing something deeper? If you've ever sensed there's more about the pyramids than we're led to believe, stay tuned. Tonight, we'll explore perplexing evidence that stumped experts, frustrated archaeologists, and left historians speechless. From concealed chambers shut for millennia to finely crafted stonework that defies replication today, the truth behind the Great Pyramid is far stranger than conventional Egyptology suggests. Is it possible this iconic monument was built using only rudimentary tools as claimed? Or did it use ancient technology we have yet to grasp? If so, who were the actual creators and what motivated their construction? Tonight we'll peel back layers of secrecy, confront history's gatekeepers, and unveil findings often hidden in plain sight. Often, the most significant historical mysteries are not lost, but suppressed by those who prefer silence over inquiry. Prepare for revelations that could change everything. When we envision ancient Egypt, we think of opulent tombs, detailed hieroglyphs, and of course the Great Pyramid of Giza. We've long accepted that this awe-inspiring edifice dates back to around 2550 BC, attributed to Pharaoh Khufu. It's portrayed as a monumental achievement created by thousands using merely simplistic tools. Yet, the more one investigates, the less believable this explanation seems. Surprisingly, there's scant, solid evidence supporting this popular account. Our preconceived notions might be founded upon shaky assumptions. Could it be that our understanding of the Great Pyramid's builders and their methods has been profoundly misguided? Consider this. Despite the pyramid's significance, there are no explicit records from Khufu's time asserting his authorship. Ancient Egyptians meticulously chronicled their daily life, from mundane tasks to ritualistic ceremonies. However, oddly, there's a glaring absence of documentation regarding their most impressive architectural marvel. While practitioners may refer to faint markings discovered in hidden chambers, these findings emerged centuries after the pyramid's initial exploration, casting doubt on their validity. Just because a name appears on a structure, it doesn't necessarily indicate its creator. One baffling inconsistency lies within the pyramid's intended purpose. Egyptologists typically claim it served as Khufu's lavish tomb. Yet it deviates from conventional royal burial sites with no inscriptions honoring Khufu, no ornaments, and critically, no remains. If this structure was indeed a royal crypt, we would expect the presence of artifacts and inscriptions commonly associated with tombs. Yet no such treasures have been uncovered here, leading us to question its actual function. Could the pyramid's true purpose have been something different, perhaps more advanced or practical? The pyramid's intricate engineering further complicates the story. Modern architects continue to be astounded at how precisely the Great Pyramid aligns with true north, accurate to mere fractions of a degree. Inside, colossal granite blocks, each weighing around 80 tons, showcase signs of sophisticated machining and precise drilling techniques. capabilities historians argue ancient Egyptians couldn't achieve with elemental tools. Engineer Christopher Dunn meticulously scrutinized these granite blocks, noting perfectly round drill cores and incredibly accurate cuts. Traditional methods appear inadequate for reproducing such craftsmanship. When modern attempts were made to replicate these cuts with copper chisels, the results were dismal. Baffled, experts ponder, if contemporary technology struggles with these tasks, how did the ancient builders accomplish such precision millennia ago? Additionally, the pyramid's network of chambers suggests an intricate construction process. To navigate, laborers would require reliable lighting. While historians speculate torches or oil lamps were used, surprising examinations reveal no soot or scorch marks could be found, something unlikely if traditional lighting were employed. This absence raises intriguing questions. Could the builders have had access to advanced lighting technology? Or was there an entirely different way to construct the pyramid? These discoveries hint at the possibility that the pyramid's builders possessed knowledge far exceeding contemporary historians' recognition of ancient technology. However, mainstream archaeology, particularly under Dr. Zahi Hawass, remains staunchly committed to established narratives. Independent researchers proposing theories, such as Robert Bauval's Orion correlation theory, linking pyramid alignment to Orion's belt thousands of years prior to Khufu's reign, have encountered significant pushback. Similarly, Robert Schoch and John Anthony West have identified compelling geological evidence indicating extensive water erosion on the Great Sphinx. In fact, West concluded that the distinct weathering patterns at the Sphinx's base were due to rainfall, not wind or sand erosion as commonly maintained. The last time sufficient water traveled through the Sahara to create this erosion was more than 12,000 years ago, at the conclusion of the last ice age. If the Sphinx suffered from this water erosion, a pressing question emerges. When did water flow through the desert? Surprisingly, the timeline suggests a period well before known civilization. West theorized that the Giza Plateau, once a lush savanna, likely saw an ancient group of sculptors carve a massive likeness, a lion or perhaps a deity. Over time, natural phenomena transformed the landscape into a desert, burying the statue, which has since emerged and been reshaped by subsequent dynasties. Despite these findings being rooted in solid science, mainstream Egyptologists often dismiss them. Even more bafflingly, they failed to provide convincing alternatives, allowing theories about the Sphinx to remain unsolved. The debate has stirred among geologists siding with West, while Egyptologists have largely evaded meaningful dialogue. The resistance to exploring these alternative viewpoints necessitates inquiry. Are the concerns genuinely about heritage preservation, or do they relate to defending professional credibility, traditions, or national pride? If there is nothing extraordinary beneath Egypt's sands, why the continued secrecy and reluctance to probe deeper? There could be advanced, forgotten technologies sealed within the pyramid, knowledge that might transform our comprehension of ancient civilizations and their achievements. As we delve into this mystery, what we uncover may far exceed our previous beliefs. The enigma regarding who truly built the Great Pyramid grows more intricate upon venturing beneath its surface. Often we hear of just a few rooms, the king's chamber, the queen's chamber, and connecting corridors. However, newer discoveries suggest the pyramid conceals far more than previously acknowledged. In the early 1990s, German engineer Rudolf Gantenbrink set out to investigate narrow tunnels emerging from the Queen's chamber. Experts had long believed these shafts were merely symbolic, but led nowhere. Using a small robotic camera, Gantenbrink uncovered a remarkable find, a limestone door complete with copper handles. This door, now known as Gantenbrink's door, captivated public interest. Curiously, metal fittings like these had never appeared elsewhere in the pyramid. Upon preparation for further investigation, Egyptian authorities abruptly halted progress with no explanation. Fast forward nearly a decade, in 2002, another team from National Geographic repeated attempts to explore. They bored a tiny hole and encountered yet another sealed limestone slab behind Gantenbrink's find. To this day, the second door remains unexplored. Despite researchers' pleas for investigation, Egyptian authorities have consistently rebuffed their requests, raising questions regarding their genuine concerns. Are they preserving artifacts or concealing secrets? In 2017, intrigue escalated as international scientists applied muon radiography, an advanced scanning technique, to analyze the pyramid's inner structure without intrusion. What they found astounded them: a massive hidden chamber above the Grand Gallery, potentially rivaling all known pyramid rooms. Yet there's no visible entrance, and its function remains an enigma. The discovery was hailed as a major archaeological breakthrough. Yet again, authorities denied requests for in-depth exploration. Beyond these sealed chambers, evidence within the pyramid challenges prevailing beliefs. Researchers like Dunn highlight markings indicating advanced tooling methods. Inside the king's chamber, perfectly drilled holes echo sophistication beyond the capabilities of rudimentary chisels. Granite, being among the hardest stones, would rapidly destroy basic tools. So, how did ancient builders perform these feats so long ago? Hidden chambers, enigmatic doors, and precision craftsmanship suggest something remarkable took place. Perhaps these builders utilized advanced technology or inherited their expertise from a forgotten civilization. Despite these fascinating possibilities, mainstream archaeology remains defensive against deeper exploration. Their motivations might be to protect Egypt's legacy from sensationalism, but this reticence could hinder uncovering vital truths. The core mysteries remain. What lies behind those sealed limestone doors? What role does the vast hidden chamber serve? Will entering these spaces finally clarify who constructed the Great Pyramid? At the center of this lies Dr. Zahi Hawass, the man dictating the narrative of ancient Egypt. For decades, he has been influential in determining who receives excavation permits, what research can take place, and the details that become publicly known. Hawass influences Egyptian archaeology, promoting culture and raising Egypt's global stature. Yet, he also upholds a rigid system that consistently stifles researchers challenging orthodox histories. Some might argue he's merely protecting Egypt's priceless treasures, but suspicions linger. Do his strict policies shield uncomfortable truths, preserving established narratives, professional reputations, or national pride? As he controls research access and disclosure, Hawass essentially acts as the ultimate gatekeeper of Egyptian history, potentially silencing discoveries capable of reshaping our understanding of the past. His legacy complicates matters. Although he fervently promotes Egyptian culture, the costs of his influence may include preventing vital exploration that could uncover significant truths. Until Egyptian archaeology commits to transparency, the realities behind those guarded doors may forever remain elusive. As fresh theories arise, independent researchers present compelling findings that contradict established narratives. We previously mentioned Dr. Robert Schoch's assertions regarding the Sphinx, suggesting it harkens back to an ancient civilization predating accepted histories. Adding to this, Robert Bauval's Orion correlation theory posits the alignment of the pyramids mirrors Orion's belt, not during Khufu's time, but around 10,500 BC, significantly earlier than commonly accepted timelines. The correlation could suggest pyramid builders possessed intricate astronomical knowledge, embedding their monuments with celestial significance, a notion historians often underestimate in terms of ancient Egyptians. Further, researchers speculate that these grand monuments connect to a forgotten civilization with knowledge unimaginable to contemporaneous societies. Dunn meticulously analyzed granite blocks within the Great Pyramid, revealing undeniable evidence of advanced cutting techniques that primitive tools couldn't replicate. Moreover, transporting the colossal granite blocks from their source yard is puzzling. With some stones weighing up to 80 tons and sourced over 500 meters away, logistics seem implausible, especially without wheels or modern machinery. Even now, Moving these blocks would require specialized equipment and planning. This significant gap leads us to question how ancient builders accomplished what remains exceedingly difficult for today's engineers. Graham Hancock hypothesizes a once advanced civilization was lost due to catastrophe, with vestiges of knowledge eventually influencing early Egyptians. Distinct structures like the mysterious Oirian temple at Abydos, crafted from massive granite, display advanced craftsmanship akin to that seen in the Great Pyramid. These discoveries challenge established narratives, hinting at layers of history still concealed. Might mainstream archaeology have overlooked, perhaps intentionally, evidence for a highly advanced civilization behind Egypt's iconic landmarks? If so, who were these builders and how did they wield technologies we can't even fathom? As we dissect the absence of inscriptions linking Khufu to the Great Pyramid, the extraordinary precision of its crafting and evidence of older origins, skepticism toward the history we've been taught arises. These findings suggest pyramid builders possessed advanced techniques beyond current mainstream narratives. Although these ideas might appear extraordinary, accumulating evidence lends credibility. Perhaps ancient Egyptians knew more than we recognize, with techniques lost to time, or perhaps these structures originated from an older civilization's knowledge. Mainstream archaeology resists these theories, as acknowledging a sophisticated predecessor could upheave established timelines, jeopardizing identities built around traditional views. Egypt's pride might cause resistance to reconsidering the origins of its most famous pyramids. By rejecting exploration of hidden chambers and alternative explanations, significant truths could remain concealed under desert sands. Imagine the implications if we unearth undeniable evidence of ancient societies forgotten by time. Such revelations would transform our understanding of Egyptian history and humanity itself. As we confront these significant questions, we must determine, will researchers finally investigate these sealed spaces, or will the Great Pyramid's secrets remain forever locked, awaiting future generations brave enough to unearth the truth? For more explorations into ancient mysteries, stay tuned.